Okay, I'm I'm gonna
All
let
right.
you know now. I am in the airport if the background's a little noisy.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Mixed Metals Podcast, episode 5, I believe. Um, it's just me and my brother Nance today. Um, we
Sure.
we're gonna do a quick preview of the NBA season, what we think is gonna happen. As we record, I just got the news that Giannis signed a 3-year extension. Um, which is interesting considering all of his off-season comments about where he is, where he will be, and those kind of things. So I thought that was very interesting. What you think about that?
I think Dame sealed the deal. That's the one thing he wanted. He would have been a. He just playing it. He just using his leverage. Honestly, you know what I'm saying. I think I would say it would have been a fool to sign it before, but if you could squeeze that a little bit out of him, make go ahead and make moves and get y'all set up for a championship, why not go ahead and sign for another 3 years? And that's perfect too. Ain't like he did like a long contract, like five. I say 3 years. To put, it's a veteran team right there. You know what I'm saying? All those guys will be a little older. Giannis would be even more into his prime, and it's like you got the option. If things are looking good, you stay. But if not, go to a better situation. But I think 3 years is a good championship window, and maybe they can get him one.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree. I think that Dame, I'm not sure what the rest of Dame's current contract is, but I'm sure that, it'll line up to where they can both, leave or stay at the same time if they choose. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, I think that he used his leverage perfectly, and I think that if I'm Joel Embiid, I'm taking notes. You know what I mean? As far as you can get all the money in the world you want, but I want to win. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and the Sixers haven't been able to keep winning pieces around him. The furthest that they went, what I mean, was with Jimmy Butler, and they let him walk for they're still hunting them for Tobias. So that is
Tobias.
what that is, man. Um, so today we are doing our NBA season preview. Um, what we think will happen. So we can go like one for one. Um, Nance already sent me his info, but I'm interested to talk about it. All right.
I got one
So
more too to add
okay,
to the
cool,
list.
cool, cool. All right.
Yeah.
You can go first.
All right. Let me go to my list right here. All right, let's just start off with you want to do you want to separate the well how about I sum this all into one of my preseason award winners with my predictions. So let's go with Luka Doncic for MVP. Um I think, he's a usage beast. Even
Mhm.
with Kyrie there, it's their team. I think he'll probably average 30 plus, probably close to 10 assists, uh, you know, 6, 7 rebounds maybe. And I think they'll probably have a pretty good year, but we'll see. There's going to be some competition, but that's his team, and I think he's going to take another leap forward and get his first MVP next. And I think Tatum will be second,
Okay.
second in the runnings, probably Giannis as well.
All right. For me,
Defense, yeah, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. For me, well, first off, to comment on yours, I think that if the Mavs are a top 3 seed in the West, I think that Luka at least has to be in that conversation because they did something well. You know what I mean? I'm not counting on Kyrie to I can count on Kyrie to, what I'm saying, close the game if I need him to, but I'm not counting on Kyrie to lead the team to success. You know what I'm saying? And Kyrie is one of
Yeah,
my all-time. Kyrie is probably straight up my favorite point guard of all time, like my
mhm.
personal. But I know Kyrie's like faults and his limits. You know what I mean? Kyrie is not a leader. He's just not. So I think that if Luka is able to put this team on his back and carry them to at least a 3 seed, he has to be in that conversation. But my MVP, and I thought it was gonna be Jokic again. I thought that they maybe wanted to break up the monotony and all of that, and finally get back to giving him the MVP. But I also think that a lot of times MVP is about narrative, and the current narrative that we have is that we haven't had an American born MVP in a while. And so with that being said, I'm going with Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum will win MVP this year. He has been in the early season conversation for MVP in years past, but he just can't seem to stay consistent, throughout the whole season. He'll start off hot, like cool off in a major way, and then pick right back up. But by that time, you let other people in the door. So I think that he'll keep his foot on the gas all season long. And second place,
Luka.
yeah, I can see Luka, but then again, I see like them. I can see Jokic finishing second again. You know what I mean? I can see him. Having another great year, but in order for you to be able to win 3 MVPs, dog, you had like your third one has to be something that you are spectacular. You know what I mean? And if we get more of the same with Jokic, I mean, it still be great numbers, but at the end of the day, is it 3-time MVP
Being the
numbers?
best
You know what I
player
mean?
ain't is obviously not the criteria.
Yeah, yeah,
Even being the most valuable player ain't the criteria. It's the most
yeah,
valuable
yeah.
player. It's
Very
like
true.
it's this shit is WWE in a sense when it comes to the end of season awards. So I had a question about Tatum. Do you think his usage is going to take a hit, adding on Porzingis? Jalen's got to shoot the ball with Jalen Brown, of course. Um, who else do they have?
Drew.
Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday. He don't need too much shine. So he gonna do the dirty work. That's why he's so underrated. But with that stacked team, that with that potent first first five, do you think his usage takes a hit and his numbers dip as compared to last year?
I don't think so necessarily. I think that Porzingis. I think that in order for them to be successful, Porzingis has to be a more of a role player. You know what I mean? Like he can have a hot night here and there, but I think that he has to be more of a role player if they want to make it, to where they want to go. So I don't think that he will take as much I don't think he will take that much usage away from Jason Tatum. And I do think last season, Marcus Smart had the ball at the end of games at unnecessary moments, in my opinion.
Because he was
So
open.
yeah, so
He was an easy pass.
yeah, so
That's what
I feel like those moments won't necessarily happen with Drew. Um, I feel like he has the potential to be a lot smarter with the basketball. So I think that I think it'll take a small hit, but I don't think it'll be necessarily a big dip. You know what I mean? I don't think that we are going to see like a dramatic shift in his usage. And
I
so
like to see him be more efficient, like KD on the Warriors.
yeah, and I mean it's it's really hard to win MVP on a stacked team. So that is kind of against Jason Tatum, but I think that it to me it ain't no better time than now because I don't know if Ja gonna be suspended for another 25 games next season. You know what I mean? And they got the new rule changes where you got to play a certain amount of games. So I think that Ja will be on that in that conversation moving forward. Giannis may be. I mean, what Giannis? How old is Giannis? What 27, 28, something like that?
You think Ja be there? Like Ja ain't like no like what makes you think Ja gonna be there? Like
I think he'll get a Westbrook type of MVP.
does he don't rebound and assist? He like really a points guy. Honestly,
Yeah.
he's a great player, but it'll be like a D Rose type MVP. I don't think D
Okay,
Rose
D Rose. I can see D
MVP
Rose too.
numbers were that impressive, but it was an electrifying 23, 24 points. It was just a thought about Ja.
Yeah.
I like him now.
Yeah, that's a great point. And you actually changed my mind because where I said a Russ type MVP, I mean Russ was averaging a triple double. He did some shit that we hadn't seen
Russ
in
Russ had a Jokic type MVP.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're right. More of a Derrick Rose type MVP because Derrick Rose was not a lockdown defender or a defender at all. He wasn't much of a defender at all. He was just extremely athletic, man, and he was doing some shit with what I mean in the air that
He was Jeff Hardy. He's
yeah.
the NBA Jeff Hardy.
That's funny. All right, so you can go with your next one. I think is it defensive
Uh,
player of the year?
Defensive player of the year, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo. He should have won last year. I don't know why he didn't win last year. That's why I don't even like. I shouldn't even talk about this. If you look at the statistics, he was the best defender in the league. Um, Jaren Jackson Jr. is good, but Giannis is like,
Yeah.
the bigger defensive presence in my opinion.
I really do think that when it comes to certain awards, most awards actually, it come down to them just not wanting to be repetitive. I really do believe that. So I don't I don't necessarily get why Giannis didn't get more acclaim last season because I mean he was right up there in every statistical defensive category he was up there. So it's weird, but and Jaren Jackson fouls so fucking much, man. Like he
Bro, he block hunts.
yeah
You know what I'm saying?
yeah
He roam it and try to get them. He get like them Allen Iverson steals.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We not playing real defense. You try to shoot the gap every time you can.
Or remember when I think it was either his first or second MVP when Steph won. He like led the league in steals, but they was all like off ball steals.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Still
So
impressive, but
yeah,
it's
still impressive. You know what I'm saying? Leading the league in whatever, unless it's what I'm saying, like turnovers or some shit like that is
yeah.
always gonna be impressive.
And then you got
Um,
Steven Adams there to play the real defense.
yeah, yeah, and he out for the year.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now we finna see.
right. So my defensive player of the year is Victor Wembanyama. Um,
Mm.
I think that his like pound for pound, he is going to be like a defensive like animal. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Me and Nance disagree on this. I don't think that Wemby will play as many minutes as maybe anybody's anticipating. I know he's 19 and all that, but he's 19 on the Spurs. Anybody in the Spurs organization with that 19 a little different. Um,
I got a rebuttal for that.
Go ahead.
Do you remember Joel Embiid? Do you remember when he used to come in on the minutes restriction and average like 27 points in 15 minutes?
Yeah, I do. He became my favorite center off of that. And then he would go wear his jersey in the club. He was just doing
Yeah,
some.
I think Wemby. I don't think he's going to be like a usage guy, but just looking at his game, and it's like, man, some stuff you just don't get. He might be top five in blocks. This dude is blocking 3 pointers,
Yeah, yeah,
like off the contest. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Not no the shot clock winding down and they're gonna shoot it after pump fake. It's just
Yeah,
like it's crazy. But
yeah.
what you saying?
Whatever you put up, what I'm saying, it has a chance to be rejected. Like you don't
Yeah,
fear that with every player, you know what I'm saying? Even
yeah,
a defensive minded player, you don't necessarily fear that every time. Like, what I'm saying, this has the possibility of being blocked. Like no matter how high you shoot it, no matter what, like yeah. So I think that Wemby will be at least in the conversation. And I mean, it may be a knock against him because he is a rookie, but with all uh this talk behind him, you know what I'm saying? They've been talking about him for like the past 2 years, it seems like. And no matter what he does, it's been like I haven't seen a full video of Victor Wembanyama's highlights from when he was overseas. I finally seen like a comprehensive like compilation of him doing it in the preseason. But before that, I hadn't seen like a full like 5 to 10 minute video of just French highlights. I would see one every now and then, but people like his like not only him on the court, but people are talking about how he is off the court, like his mind and his focus, his drive, and all of that. So I think that um not a lot of rookies get in the conversation for defensive player of the year. Um, but again, I think that Wembanyama is a different type of rookie. Is a very a unique rookie, one unlike anything we've ever seen. Like what I mean, in the sport. So I think that we will see some unbelievable things from him this season, and I think that a lot of that will be
yeah.
on defense. I don't think that he'll necessarily be um I mean, he'll have the ability to score as much as he wants, but I don't think he'll be like, I don't think he'll be a 20-point per game scorer his first season.
What you giving him? What are your preseason? What's your preseason prediction for him in points, rebounds, and blocks?
I say 17, 8, and 2. And I do think
Wow.
I think that he is a great passer too. Maybe not a great passer. I think he's a good passer. And the threat of him being able to score at will from anywhere will definitely open up the passing lanes for him. So I think he'll get a few assists too. But I'm not ready to put a number on it on how many assists I think he'll get.
Me either. I think, and that's another reason why I don't think. I think he has some defensive player of the years in his future, but maybe not now for the same reason why he won't average that many assists this year. It's just like he need more time to take the NBA game in. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been
For
hooping for a
sure.
while. His IQ was up there, but it's all about mastering, seeing the game on a cerebral level, kind of seeing coverages and kind of predicting what the offensive scheme, seeing what the offense is going to do before, like kind of like when I listen to like Draymond talk about defense. I think about how you see the game, and I don't think a rookie can, but just off physical gifts, he gonna average a lot of blocks, and he
Mhm.
gonna be a force, but he gonna be a complete just bastard on defense for the opposing team in years to come. So, yeah,
Okay.
the pick.
All right. What's your next
All right,
category? Your
so
next one.
next I have most improved player, and I'll combine this with my first preseason prediction, and that is Jordan Poole wins most improved player and also averages over 25 points.
Mm.
Pool party. And I also have another one. I think whenever they go to Golden State, I think he's going to get spanked. I think they're going to send everybody at him. It is not going to be like a revenge game. They're going to try to, I don't know. I think he's going to get punked. That's only because I see him get knocked out and not do nothing about it. But if he does come back to Golden State, play a fierce game, you know what I'm saying, 25, 30 points, he have a lot of respect for me, especially if they can pull off the dub.
Yeah. I think they'll get one from Golden State. I mean, they only played twice, but I think they split. Um, Most improved. No, I haven't thought about most improved. Let me see. Let's go through a little bit. I can't even think of somebody that would, you know what I'm saying? Ah, Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons,
Ben Simmons. I think I do think that that's his ceiling. I think that most improved, like I saw a lot of MVPs for Ben Simmons. I saw like, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of assist titles. I saw a lot of shit for Ben Simmons, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, we gonna go ahead and settle all that down with this most improved. And I think that that's, no more awards for him. He may get like a player of the week here and there, but I yeah,
so you call the man Gordon Dragic.
low key. I just like I don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons. And on another episode, speaking of what's going on with this person, we need to talk about what's going on with Deshaun Watson. Um,
Yeah.
I don't even mean like on the field. I specifically mean off the field, and not like off the field like in his personal life. I mean off the field like the sidelines. I don't understand why he is like he was cleared to play and he chose not to play. He also missed the next game despite being cleared to play. He was he had two face mask penalties as a quarterback. Um and when like if you zoom in on his face when he was pulling that face mask, it looked like he had like something like he wanted to snatch that motherfucker off. Uh so it's just some weird shit going on with Deshaun Watson. And then I watched this game this past Sunday, yesterday. I watched that game against the Colts. Um, I try to find one of the early games and just just stay tuned. But I was watching and he did get hit and he hit the back of his head, or he hit his head on the turf. But they evaluated him and it seemed like he was good to go. And then when he got up, he was holding his shoulder a little weird, but they took him to the tent. He came out of the tent. Everything looked fine. Then he went back to the tent, came back out of the tent, and put the big old jacket on, and didn't play for the rest of the game. But it seemed like he was fine. I don't know, man. It's just some
But let me tell you something, bro. After all this shit you just said, I would have put my big jacket on. He called it a Sunday.
It's just like
It's
I
a
feel
wrap,
like
bro.
this is gonna be a case study of why they shouldn't pay quarterbacks, bro. I just I
He was
or
amazing.
yeah, or
He
why
was
they
a.
shouldn't pay like certain position players. I just like this is gonna be a
Do you know
case
what he
study,
got
bro.
paid? That last year in Texas, he was like he was top 3 to 5 in every statistical
Yeah,
category for a quarterback or having no receivers. The Hopkins was gone. Like he had nobody, bro. I can't even think of who was there.
me neither.
And he was amazing. He was amazing. That's why he got paid for. I don't know, bro. This is one of them things where I gotta he went through a lot over the past couple of years,
For
so
sure.
I'm not gonna really start judging him until next season, maybe towards the end of this season, maybe game. What week is it? We going into week 7?
Week 8, I
Yeah, the
believe.
sixth, week 8, bro. Yeah, it's really kind of the dud of the season to be honest. For the Browns. Um, yeah, hopefully he can shake back in the, get back comfortable, get his health right, and then next season come out there and kill. And hopefully our boy back. What's the running back name? Nick Chubb.
Chubb, yeah. They need to keep Kareem Hunt, bro. Like I don't why was Kareem Hunt not like I don't know. It is
Mm.
the
We
Browns
went
are
into a
just
whole another sport.
yeah. The Browns on some other shit. Okay, moving on. Um, so yeah, I got Ben Simmons getting most improved, and I think that I think that that'll be the only thing that the Nets will be able to hang their hat on. I think that the Nets are in for a troubled season. So yeah, that's my pick for most improved. I don't even have a second place. I can't even think of
Nah, that's it.
maybe
'Cause
Tyrese Maxey.
it's one of those things you just don't know. I got an honorable mention. It's a guy. No, never mind. I was gonna say Kaminga. Kaminga looks a bit more aggressive, but yeah, yeah.
DeAndre Ayton. I forgot about DeAndre Ayton. He on a different team. Um, they could run some offense through him because I mean he had decent numbers considering that they never ran plays through him. Um,
I think Aiden is Aiden is at his peak right now. I think
that's fair.
Aiden is at his ceiling. I think he had plenty of opportunity in Suns to show what he was about, and he is a great player. He's an all star. I think he's a 20 and 11 guy, and I think that's like his ceiling with the Bucks with the Blazers also. But we'll see. Who knows? I don't even know him having a bag to average like 25. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Even if it's like kind of like some back to the bag type stuff, a back to the basket type stuff. He ain't got no dog in him, so you
Yeah,
know. Um,
he just gonna cop attitude, cross his arms and shit on the bench.
you ain't gonna let me score.
I ain't want to play no way.
Yeah, I
All
gotta
right,
see.
what's your next? Your next
But I
pick.
am gonna watch some. Oh, so next, Oklahoma City Thunder makes the playoffs. Man, they just added another great addition. What's that dude name from the Rockets that broke his girlfriend's vertebrae?
Thank you. Skip one.
Oh, this dude.
Rookie of the year.
I did skip Rookie of the Year, Victor Wembanyama. So yeah, that's my Rookie of the Year. I know he probably won't get like a high amount of minutes. He might not play 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I do think the time he does play is going to be very efficient. I think Pop is going to put him to the test, give him, somewhat of a green light because, Pop just signed for another 3 years. And at his age, those could be his last 3 years on the turf. So we kind of need him to develop more sooner than later.
Yeah.
And he's already good. So, they could maybe be a championship team next 2 to 3 years. No, no, not 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years.
Okay. What do you see in their future as far as like other picks? I don't think any player looks at San Antonio as a favorite destination.
Mhm.
So like what is it gonna take? Like, is it gonna take Victor like losing his mind out there and really like, you know what I'm saying, averaging a 30 or something like that, or is it gonna take a trade, or what you think is going?
To build a championship team,
Yeah,
I think they have a decent base right now, right? Maybe you get another decent draft pick next year. You aren't going to win many games this year. They'll probably win more and more games as the years progress, right? With Wemby.
for sure.
So, I mean, man, I think dude is going to be like one of those, like it's like this, like to come play with like LeBron or Luka or KD or something like that. You got to start like that. It's not like you're going to play with a point guard. This is like a real difference maker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, so I think they've got a pretty good future. They're gonna go through the draft, of course, and I think they can probably find a guy with a lot of talent who's at the point of his career that he can, come on and be that second or third piece.
I think is uncharacteristic of him, but I think Pop would have to sell playing for Pop, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't think that I don't think that there's necessarily a more respected coach in the NBA. I think that they either have just the same amount or slightly less respect. I think that is him, Ty Lue, and Steve Kerr. I think that those are the three most respected coaches in the league.
Spo.
Oh, Spo, I'm tripping. I'm tweaking. Yeah, Eric Spoelstra for sure. So yeah, I just think that he'll have to sell, the idea of playing for Pop, and you're gonna play basketball the right way, you're gonna win the right way, you're gonna do, what I'm saying, you're gonna go about doing everything the right way. You don't necessarily have to be in the limelight. The Spurs is not a big market team. You know what I'm saying? Just but come down here, let's win together, let's build together, let's get to the playoffs and see what happens.
Yeah,
You can go to your next one now.
100%. All right. Did you have your rookie of the year? That was all my
I'm
preseason.
tripping. I think Chet Holmgren will win Rookie of the Year.
Shit,
And I think
I like
that
shit.
now the thing about Chet is offensively, I think he got the tools, but he be getting his ass spent on defense. So I don't know if that'll come into play. Like I don't know if what I'm saying, if that'll weigh that much. I think Wemby is obviously the more balanced player, and I think that he will be the most balanced. I think that he will have the more balanced career. Um,
We
but
move like Kyrie, boy. Not
yeah,
literally, but
yeah.
low
I
to
get
the
what you're saying.
ground,
Yeah, man.
shifty.
He's just too
Oh boy, it's
tall to
crazy.
be able to what I'm saying, to do everything he want to
Yeah,
do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can see it. You can see the passion. You can
He
see
got
it all.
like that violent street ball bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like he trying to take some ankles.
right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that Chet, offensively, I mean, he's had a year to see the game and all of that. So I think that will play a big role. Um, And if they do make the playoffs, like you saying, I hate to spoil your next topic, but if they do make the playoffs, uh he'll be a huge part of that. And I think that,
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying,
That'll seal the
I
deal.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that that'll play a huge part, because I don't see the Spurs making the playoffs. Um but if the same thing, if the Spurs make the playoffs, now if both of them make the playoffs, I don't know. It's a coin flip. But if the Spurs make the playoffs and the Thunder don't, you know what I'm saying, should it get interesting. I think it's a lock. So all right, we got about 10 minutes left. Um
Okay.
so you move on to your next one.
All right. So I have Celtics win championship. That goes without saying. Best. Well, it may not go without saying, but I think they have the best starting five in the league. I ain't gonna say by far, but it's a nice little gap
Who they
between
playing
one and
against?
two. Who they playing against? see, that wasn't one of my predictions, bro. It ain't no clear favorite for me in the West. But if I had to guess, I'd say I like the Suns, honestly. I just like the Suns. And what but that's I'm gonna also throw in another one of my I'm gonna combine this into my championship pick. I think they play the Lakers in the finals if the Lakers can trade all that depth for another all-star caliber player. And yeah, Celtics Lakers. So
I don't know though, man. See, I have Lakers Celtics final, but I got the Lakers winning, and I do not have them trading any like pulling off any kind of major trades, man. I just don't like if they trade their depth is what they're gonna be leaning on, in my opinion.
do you pick the Lakers out of like fan loyalty or do you because
A
you
little bit
picked
of
them
both,
last year too?
a little bit of
Okay,
both,
okay,
a
okay.
little bit of both.
You like the Cowboys fan. I just
Yeah,
like the Cowboys.
loyalty. Yeah, you know we're gonna win the Super Bowl, right? Um, so yeah, it's a little bit of both with. But I mean, they did get far last season. You know what I'm saying? With the proper pieces around them, they got to the conference final. They got swept, but they I think that uh a full season with this team will be different. I think that Gabe Vincent has the potential to be a huge, you know what I'm saying, a huge piece. Um, in times where
I like that. I
yeah,
like that. A
and
huge piece.
in times where D'Angelo Russell is you know what I'm saying is off in the playoffs or something like that, I think that Gabe Vincent can pick that up. Um,
I think Gabe this can be one of those guys. Those guys. We're glad we got one of those guys.
I think Gabe Vincent could be one of them old basketball players. So yeah, I think that Christian Wood, I think that he takes some center minutes away from AD, which I'm sure AD was looking forward to. So I think that I like the additions that they made. I like the extra signings that they took care of, and I think that now they got a full camp under them, and a full season with that team. I think that they was
Yeah,
going in the right direction anyway. So I think that the only next step, the logical next step is you know making it to the finals. And
I would
part of
say
me,
they have the deepest team,
yeah,
the most well balanced team.
yeah. Part of the reason I also want to see LeBron in the Lakers Celtics rivalry, like in the finals. You know what I'm saying? I think that would just be the perfect like storybook ending to his
Can I return?
I don't think he's retiring, but I'm saying like
Okay,
his
okay, okay. His
extended
story.
prime, his
Okay,
extended
okay,
prime. You know what I'm saying? I
okay,
think that his
okay.
we've never seen a prime like LeBron's, and I think that would be a perfect storybook ending to this extended prime. All right,
Yeah.
we got about 6 minutes left.
Is Tom Brady comparable?
And I don't care about Tom Brady.
Mhm.
Comparable to
LeBron's
oh yeah, for
extended
sure,
prime.
for sure. And his storybook ending was perfect. Him going to another team like it being between like multiple teams, I kind of think wherever he would have gone, they would have won. So I mean,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, that's just you can't write that. That's something that what I'm saying that's God given.
My
Um,
last my oh go ahead, go ahead.
no, go ahead. That's what I was about to say.
All right. My last two. Warriors descend and Bulls blow their team up. And I'll tell you why. I think the Bulls they have a lot of good talent. You know, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. I think this team has no direction, and it's like it's all a matter of when. But if they not gonna make a good playoff push or win a championship. So yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah, I think the Bulls blowing the team up is about a season and a half overdue. I think that
Hmm.
they should have been, what I mean, they could have maximized their their return, and I think that they wasted that. Because now we see that Lonzo is probably gonna miss the another season, and it's
That man is on Illinois disability.
yeah. So it's going to like you playing mediocre ball
They didn't make the
you know what I'm
playoffs
saying?
last year.
Yeah, you are like bathing in mediocrity basically, and I just don't think that that is. I don't, historically speaking, I don't know what like direction we're trying to go. With the players that we have. We haven't built around them. We've just kept the same players and like, go win. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else is getting better, we've kept the same players and expect for us to, you know what I'm saying, to succeed.
I would
Um,
like to see the Rose of the Vultures being in the season on Lakers.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be hard. That
yeah.
would be hard.
Be
I
one of the
mean, now
ones.
if that is a trade that is to take place, then I take back, what I said about the trading the depth. But I mean, I just
Yeah,
think that the depth for the Lakers is one of their like main pillars, and I think that that would be a huge mistake. They would kind of be going backwards because they traded away the players that they did last season for depth. Um, and so I
I
think
think
that
they
they'll
got
kind of
too
be going
much.
back. Uh,
Because how deep do you need to go into your business during the playoffs?
you're right.
I
You're
think
right.
I think they got enough to make
They're
it
showing up.
through the season.
Yeah.
But it's like after that, it's like, dude, you see them dudes. I mean, Miami went to the finals last year, but I don't know. I think you can fit two good pieces. Austin Reeves, maybe, I don't know. Woods and a pick for DeRozan.
And I can absolutely see OKC making the playoffs too, especially with Chet coming back. I think that they are like, Shea is unbelievable. So I mean, yeah, I think it's I not necessarily a done deal, but I think about as close as a sure bet as you can get.
And then take the old boys down from the Rockets. He averaged 18 points last year.
Yeah, yeah. So they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be nice. All right, man. That was fun.
That's a good one.
I
You
hope
got all
y'all
that?
enjoyed our preseason preview. The season starts tomorrow as we are recording. I will be sure to get this out tonight. Um, and I look forward to another episode with my brother. With my brothers, hopefully. Goddamn, Jalen beating his dick. So we hope that you enjoy. Please hit the like button. Um, I'm gonna put your if you want me to, your social stuff in the description if you want me to. Other than that,
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
okay, cool,
We'll
cool,
talk
cool.
about that. We'll talk.
Okay, cool, cool. Uh, other than that, we will see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.